What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Life Itself. I'm pretty sure it's our 5th episode now?
Episode number 5.
Episode number 5. We're coming at you. We are live back again. And it just feels good to be here. You know what I'm saying? I'm just happy.
Yeah, it feels great.
It feels great. Always does. So we got a lot to talk about today. A lot of things going on. We're gonna deep dive into some things here, okay?
Yeah, I'm excited.
I'm very excited. First things first, I want to say thank you, as always, to everybody that's been tapping in, showing love across all socials. It's been really cool to see. Right now, I think we're closing in. We're almost at like 100,000 overall views on our YouTube channel, which is pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy.
That is crazy. I feel like you're more in tune with that. Yeah. And knowing all of that, so it's news to me, and that's very exciting.
Yeah, no, you just look great. Show up, talk to me, make this podcast work. I'm more on like the social side of things, uploading, make sure that everything's going smooth and good.
You're the social media pro.
Oh yeah, that's what I do. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so I did that, and yeah, 100,000 views closing in on. I've been reading all these comments lately, and you know, some of these comments. We gotta talk about that.
The comments are crazy, but honestly, I'm here for it because I find them really funny. Like, I find them so funny because people get like so upset about things, and it's not that serious, but people get very upset. Yeah,
people get really upset, and I'm not like. I think it's a good thing. I think taking those comments that, like, you know, people really think they're doing something. They think they're on the phone, like saying all these things, right? And it's like, that just means that our podcast is being seen by people.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm not mad at these comments you guys are leaving. We find them hilarious. We'll be on the couch at night and just like, you know, reading through some comments, even though we shouldn't really be reading the comments. But I feel like starting off, you know, with what we're doing, especially trying to take this to where we're trying to take it, I feel like you have to, you know, be in tune with what people are saying and take certain things for what they are. And yeah, so it's been funny. I've been reading these comments and we just laugh about it and joke. It's been great.
Yeah, people, what are some of the good ones? Like, they need to make podcast equipment more expensive.
I love that. When they say you need to make podcast equipment more expensive, it's like, bro, I can afford the podcast equipment, no matter how much it is.
Also, like, be more original, you know? I feel like that's like a blanket like phrase that people use now, or
it's like a meme. People,
yeah, like a meme.
It's definitely like a meme comment that everybody says about these podcasts, because yes, people, you know, I feel like there's a lot of podcasts out there, you know, and it's just everybody's, make it more expensive. Like, bitch, I can afford it. You know, like, I don't care how expensive it is. We're going to afford it, and we're going to be doing this podcast till the end of time. So get used to it. We're here, and that's just what's going on. So,
and thank you for your comment.
Thank you for the comment. Seriously, no matter how.
I love your comment, and I'm so happy that you're engaging with our clips.
Yeah, like, that's another thing. These people don't understand. By you saying that stupid shit that you're saying on the comments, you're helping us. That's helping us. That's engagement, bro. Like, these people just don't understand that they're helping us. No matter how much you hate on us, you're helping us. So thank you.
People just take it so serious. It's like, relax.
Just relax.
Everyone's so upset. Relax. Go do something with your day. Everything's going to be okay. Everything's lighthearted. It's going to be okay.
Yeah, I mean, it says it in the description of our podcast that it's a lighthearted conversation between a husband and a wife.
Oh, does it really say that?
Yeah, I wrote it. AI kind of helped a little bit, so
that's nice.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. It looks great in the description.
Speaking of AI, how I made that, what would you classify that?
Oh my gosh, I have it on my phone. I know what you're talking about.
The toy that is that meme that everyone's been doing.
I don't know if the camera can see this, but it's the little toy thing that everybody's doing on the AI thing on ChatGPT.
With the little accessories, and you look like a toy figurine in the accessories. I made a Life Itself one today.
I love it. You killed that.
Very cute. Or AI killed it.
And you were like not showing me in the car. Like, I was like trying to see, what is this girl doing? She's locked in. And I turn over and you're like, oh, like, don't look at it. You know, it was cool.
Did you know that's what I was doing?
I had no idea that's what you were doing. And then when I saw it, I was like, yo, that is fire.
I was scared because I did it for 2 people and I didn't know how to describe our outfits for 2 different people. So I just made us wear the same thing and it worked out.
No, that was smart. It looked really cool. I hope maybe we'll like print it out and put it here or try and get the action figures made.
Yeah, that would be sick. They should do that.
That would be crazy. But yeah, speaking on the comments and the haters, it has been really cool to everybody that we know in real life, family, friends, things like that have been actually showing us like support and love on our podcast. I feel like that's been like an underrated thing, because last episode we talked about how, you know, hate doesn't usually come from people that, you know, that, how do I say it?
Hate comes from people that you know sometimes rather than
Yes,
strangers.
yes. You always got my back, girl. Yeah, no, hate always comes from people that you know as opposed to like strangers. But it's been kind of the opposite for our podcast. I haven't really heard from anybody that we know in real life like show any type of negative or ill will thing towards it. So that's been really cool to see.
It's been really nice. It's surprising that people were like, oh yeah, I listened to this episode. I listened to that episode. I saw these clips. That's so cool. What's up with it? Like, I wasn't expecting so many people of like my friends and our family to actually watch and listen. And it means a lot. I think it's one of those things where you don't realize how much it means until it's something for yourself. And it's been cool hearing my friends and family get a different perspective to us because they're able to listen to our episodes and support us. It's cool.
No, definitely. I feel like for you, it's a little different because I've been doing like content and, you know, putting myself out there for so long that it's kind of like, I'm kind of used to it. Whereas you, it's like, this is your first time really like putting yourself out and creating content. And like, it's been really cool I feel like a lot of the support has come from people that are close to you, you know, like for me,
yeah,
I feel like I've done so many damn things at this point that people don't even know what to keep up with. So at least on my end, it's like, I don't know how many people, actually the number one thing I get is always, can I come on your podcast? And I'm like, yeah. So far it's been like, yo, when could I come on there and, you know, start talking my talk? I'm like, yo, chill out. Let us get our feet wet, and then maybe eventually.
We're definitely open to having guests. I think it'll be something that we like sprinkle in, and we'll see how it goes as we have more episodes and really fine tune our structure for every episode.
No, definitely. You know what I think we should do, which would be really cool? I think we should have each of our siblings.
Oh my God. Wait, that actually reminds me what my friend said. We were talking about the podcast, and they had such a fun idea. Speaking of siblings being on the podcast, they were saying when we're in Italy for our wedding, we should have an episode where we kind of set everything up in the hotel and we have people coming in and out and give their take, and we do siblings, friends, everyone there.
That would be
It's kind of just like a little bit of a messy, chaotic kind of thing, but in a fun way. I think that would be hilarious.
Yeah, it could be like a vlog podcast type thing, you know, like, cause it's like
that's kind of what they were saying.
It's like a in real time, like raw reaction of what's going on. That would be sick.
That would be really entertaining because it would, especially watching on YouTube, because it would be takes on, we would do it, I feel like, before the wedding.
Yeah.
And there would be takes on like the nerves, what to anticipate. Everyone maybe has some drinks in them. They're in and out of the rooms. Like, it would be so funny. It's gonna be like one big,
I could only imagine.
Big party.
If we should do that. We got to set that up. Maybe we could talk to our guy over here, our guy Matt, and see like, yo, you coming to Italy, bro, or what's going on? Because that would be sick. I mean, we have characters in our family and friends that would make that so entertaining. That would be ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'm like, imagine my mom or my dad on the camera on the podcast, bro.
Oh my
or my
gosh.
Uncle James. Imagine Uncle James on the podcast, bro.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh,
all the combos.
Wow.
It would be really, there'd be a lot of hot takes, a lot of just chaos in the best way.
It would be chaos. Shifting gears though, speaking on something I do have to talk about, because we were just talking about the support from friends and family.
Yeah.
We also have to talk a little bit about one of the main comments that we've been getting.
I don't know where you're going with
from
this.
the comments is that we say like a lot.
Oh. Well, this isn't even about the comments. This is just something that I need to address. And I've already been trying. Watching myself back, and I already knew this, but I'm making a conscious effort, and I'm bringing it up on the podcast to hold myself accountable, that I need to not say like as much. So I'm pausing now instead of saying like. And my sister informed me that I could just cut it out if I wanted, right? I could just cut it out and no one would ever know, but I want to hold myself accountable to delete that word like 80% of the time from my vocabulary. It is too much. I can still say it, but I need to say it 80% less. So today it will be my first attempt at a conscious effort. I already have caught myself, just like right now. I can still say it, but less.
No, you're doing great. And honestly, like, it's part of just how you speak and how most people speak. Like, you're gonna say like. It's just, maybe not as much as we were. And we're starting this off, especially you, like I said, haven't really put content out or like been on camera or like putting yourself out there or being like just fluent on camera. You know how hard that is for people, especially when they're first starting? Like, turning the camera on, most people just, they start, like, they don't know what to do, So the fact that you've been so amazing, I really have to give you some claps and a round of applause with how amazing you have been throughout this whole process. And yes, we're 5 episodes in, and I'm sure we're going to look back when we're on episode 5,000 and laugh at what we're, how we're acting now with like how much growth we're going to have. But I really have to give you like some kudos and some claps with how just amazing you are at this for not doing it for a long time,
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. I just say like in my normal life, but it's when you watch it back or listen to it back and then it's in a clip or it's in something and you're like, see? Like half of the clip I was saying like, I feel like the time I'll say it most is when I'm saying things like, or when I'm explaining, I was like in a conversation, okay, fine. But I need to take the filler out. But I think that a lot of girls, women, that is just like a common filler word because when you're not totally sure where you're going with the sentence, which a lot of a podcast, we're free flowing, just talking about whatever. And so I use that to gather my thought, but we're going to use a pause to gather my thought instead. So this is my conscious effort, and I'm holding myself accountable by saying it on the pod. And I'm probably putting my foot in my mouth because now it's like once you point it out, you're just going to notice it every 5 seconds.
Yeah.
But it's okay.
It's okay.
Because I'm not going to say it as much.
No, because you're doing great. And look, now that you pointed it out, you're doing great, sweetie. And now that you pointed it out, the comments and people that watching are either going to take note of it and, be almost on this journey with you.
On my like journey.
They're going to be on your like journey with you, or they're just going to rip you a new one every time.
And
so
that's okay, because they do that anyway.
They do it anyway, bro. So it's okay.
And I love it.
Don't worry. So yeah, that's what's going on. But today is a very important day.
Why?
You want to know why?
Why?
The NBA playoffs start today.
Oh God.
Which I can't survive without my basketball. Like, basketball is really it's just my happy place. Mainly playing it, also watching it. I don't really have like a specific team besides LeBron.
What was that song that was it that? They recreated it into LeBron?
So this is a thing going on right now. There's these LeBron James memes where they're taking songs and like literally just making it about LeBron James. And they're all over. There's so many different ones on TikTok.
What was the one we were listening to last night?
LeBron can still dunk.
Yes.
Yeah, he was.
What did they say? It was good.
They're so good. They're so good. But yeah, big day because the NBA is coming back. And we haven't really talked about sports on the pod yet. But for those of you that don't.
Which is crazy because you're like obsessed with basketball.
Obsessed. I have it tattooed on me. Can you guys see?
And every night I hear in my dreams asking Siri, who's playing in the NBA tonight? Every single day.
Yeah, that's like
5 times a day.
At least, because I'd be forgetting, But basketball is a huge part of my life, always has been. And the NBA playoffs, I feel like, are the best time of the year if you love basketball. Because, let's be honest, the NBA regular season, it's just not what it used to be. The playoffs are very important. Players actually start trying in the playoffs. And for whatever team you like, it's just good basketball, okay?
They start trying in the playoffs? What are they doing the rest of the season?
Because the thing is about basketball is like, you have teams that they know they're not making the playoffs 15 to 20 games into the season. So then
How do you know 15 to 20 games in?
I mean, the Hornets went 15 and 55.
I thought LaMelo was on that team.
Well, yeah, LaMelo got hurt.
He got hurt again?
He's been hurt every single season of his career.
Okay, this is a side topic, but do you feel that people that part of being one of the greatest of all times means that you have to be great and not getting hurt and being able to stay healthy?
That's an amazing question. And yes, I really do, because people look at LeBron, right? And the reason it's like 50-50, because LeBron, he's obviously played, I think next year he'll have had played the most seasons out of any player ever.
Wow.
I think it's just going to be his 23rd season next year. So
that's kind of crazy.
yeah, it's like he's 23.
Yeah,
You know, so, but yeah, so I think longevity is really important in becoming the best in something, because you're just on people's mind. LeBron has been on our mind for 23 years straight, like at the top. Like, you know how crazy that is?
I'm trying to think. Basically, in your like whole conscious life, like since you were young.
I was like
so
7 years old or 8 years old. I don't know, something like that. You know, like he's been.
When you put it like that, like no wonder you're so obsessed with him. He's like all you've ever known.
That's LeBron James. Like that's why. So yes, longevity has such a like part in who's the GOAT, but Kobe was hurt at times.
At times, but LaMelo's hurt every single season.
Yeah, no. The thing about LaMelo Ball that really like pisses me off, he's one of my favorite players. I only wear, for the most part, his shoes while I'm playing.
Yeah, you have about
32 pairs.
I was gonna say.
I almost have every LaMelo that there is.
It's pretty sick.
Shout out to Puma though. They sent me a lot of them. But yeah, LaMelo always is hurt. And it's crazy because at the start of every single season, LaMelo is balling his ass off. Like he dropped 30, 40, 50 points for like 10 games straight, and then he just gets hurt.
But does that take him out of the conversation of being one of the greatest of all time?
Yeah, I mean,
not that he's the greatest of all time, but he's up
young.
there.
Yeah, no, he's one of the greatest younger players in the league. Like he's definitely, I mean, his jersey in the top sales this year was like in the top 10 or 15, something like that.
When he's healthy, at least from what I've seen and what you tell me, he's really good. But I
Super
feel like then he's always hurt.
Yeah, he's always hurt, but he really is entertaining, and he's like a character on and off the court. So that's why he's like one of the most entertaining and favorite players in the league. But I got to ask you, this is very important. Who do you think is going to win the NBA Finals this year?
Oh God. That's a great question considering I have no idea who's playing in the playoffs. Okay, let me think who's playing in the playoffs. First of all, it's what? 16 teams?
Damn, you got me. No, it's not 16 teams. I think it starts off
more than that?
No. I think it starts off 6 and 6.
That's it?
On each side, yeah.
Okay, 6 from the east,
from the
6
west,
from the west.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's how it is, yeah.
Okay, the Lakers are in it in the west.
Yeah.
Did the Warriors win the other day?
Yes.
So they're in it?
Yep.
OKC?
Yep.
The Rockets, right?
Yes, good. That's a good one.
Because we were talking about the seeds. What were the seeds? And we couldn't believe it was the Rockets were like the second seed or something crazy.
You're good. Sheesh.
See, look at me go.
Look at you go.
Okay, one more. No, 2 more.
You know it.
I do.
Yeah.
Okay, what for sake of time? I'm like, what? I know it.
I'm just gonna tell you.
No. Give me a hint. Give me multiple choice. I have to pick 2 out of 4 teams or something.
I don't know, but I'm gonna tell you. He's friends with Luka.
Oh, good. A hint. He's friends with Luka.
Yeah, they're good friends.
Oh, the Nuggets.
Yes.
And then one more team. You don't even know who the 6th team is.
I don't even know who it is.
You don't even know
I gotta look it up to know.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So that's going on. I will say the Knicks are in it.
Okay,
that's in the
East. I just did the West. East, Knicks, Celtics.
Mm-hmm.
Are the Bucks the East?
Yep.
The Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
Are the Mavs in the playoffs or no? Because Kyrie's hurt.
They lost today, so it's over.
Oh.
Or yesterday.
Who else are like major teams?
Who did
in
the Bucks
East?
play today? We just watched it in the freaking Bagel Man.
Oh. They're black.
What?
At least their jerseys are black. Like they're
no. I think the jerseys were white today.
No, it was a team that had black jerseys and then lighter jerseys.
So I'm gonna tell you. You know the song "What the Hell"? What the helly?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know Tyrese? What the helly?
No.
Tyrese Halliburton.
Oh, oh my God. Oh my God. What is, give me the letter. Give me the letter.
P.
P?
P.
Is the name of the city or the team?
No, the name of the team.
Pistons?
No, they're in it though.
Okay, add it to the list.
Yep.
P? What's the second letter?
The Pacers, bro.
Come
on,
Okay,
man.
fine,
You
fine.
got it.
Okay, yes, because they're navy and yellow.
Yes. All right.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
we're gonna cut the basketball off because I could talk about this forever with you. This is hilarious. This was great.
No, I love this game.
But the Knicks play.
Okay, anyway, so all that to say, who do I think is gonna win the finals? Okay, so someone from the West and someone from the East. I'm gonna pick at least who I think will go to the finals.
Okay.
Well, the Celtics won last year, right?
Yep.
And then, but are they still that great this season?
Yes.
Okay, so maybe they could win it again, or, I mean, the Lakers have Luka now, but I don't know. You think that they're gonna win?
LeBron. I want the Lakers to win.
Well, we know you want them to win, but
Yeah.
do you think they actually will?
I think they could if they.
Do you think they could get to the finals?
I think they could. The problem with the West is it's very, very, very like the most ever stacked it's ever been. Like this year, the top the top 3 through 8 was like they were all behind each other by one game, if that, like a half game and a game.
Was OKC the 1 seed?
OKC was the 1 seed. Yep. And everybody thinks that they're not going to go to the finals because they're too young.
I was going to
like,
ask
they don't
you
have
that.
experience. Like I could see them losing. Like they don't want to play the Lakers. OKC don't want to. Nobody wants to play the Lakers right now. I think personally, but
Is LeBron still hurt?
no,
Okay.
he's
So-
not. And you know who isn't hurt? His son,
His son.
Bronny.
So
He could take them all the way.
he could take them all the way.
He's the glorious prince.
He's the glorious prince?
Yes.
What? What do you mean?
It's Bronny James Jr. LeBron Ramon James Jr.
Is his name really Ramon?
Yes.
Is it seriously?
Yes, it is.
How did I never know that before? Did you just make that up?
Our king? No, I didn't make it up.
So is his son LeBron Ramon James Jr.?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Yep.
Huh.
And he could take them all the way. So
I thought he was in the G League.
No, he was dropping 30, 40, 50 in the G League, so they brought his ass up.
All right.
Yeah. Anyway, that basketball is back. I'm excited. All that to say, I love that game though. We got to play more basketball games on the pod because hearing you talk about the teams and who's where, I
did pretty good.
You did great. It makes my heart tingle when you talk about basketball. So that's it. That's I love it.
I'm pretty impressed with myself for that. So my prediction is, I'll say the Lakers for your sake, but if I have a true pick, maybe the Celtics again. Or it would be really great if the Knicks won. That would be lovely. Since we're Knicks fans now.
We're Knicks fans. We're Knicks fans. Shout out to the Knicks. That would be great. So you think that the Lakers, the Celtics, or the Knicks can win the NBA Finals?
Yeah.
There you go. I love it.
Who do you think?
I mean,
You have to pick LeBron.
yeah, it'd be really cool to see the Lakers versus Celtics. That's like prime time basketball.
Wait, that would be bringing me back
Yep, to when
to
we
my
used to-
2008 glory. Like that would be bringing me back to my Rondo days,
Yes.
my Paul Pierce days.
Yes.
Good times.
Ray Allen, Kevin Garnett,
We
versus
used
Kobe.
to be, which is so random. Like I seriously don't even know why. I just loved Rondo, but we were like hardcore Celtic fans.
Yeah, we
for
like
a
wanted to go to
few
TD
years.
Garden and like almost, we almost did that a couple times.
When it was like Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, and Rondo.
Big
those
Baby
days,
Davis, he's in jail
oh
now.
my God, he is?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, he did
What
something.
happened?
I don't know. He did something, but Big Baby Davis went to jail.
Oh no.
Yeah, poor guy. I think for a while too.
Oh.
You know what else I want to talk about that's been kind of crazy on my mind?
Yeah.
What's up with Coachella, bro?
Yeah. What are your thoughts of seeing all the pics?
I just saw something about Coachella where they said that 65% of the people that were at Coachella that were regular people, not celebrities or like influencers or whatever, financed the ticket to go there. Or like they're financed everything on their credit card, the Airbnb, the ticket, whatever, the transportation, all that was financed on their credit cards, taking out loans to go to Coachella?
If you need to take out a loan to go to Coachella, like you shouldn't be going to Coachella.
Get a job, bro. Like, what are you talking about? You're taking out loans to go to Coachella? What world are we in?
I don't understand. It's like you can't afford it. Like I hate to tell you, my friend, you can't afford to go. Stay home if you have to take out a loan.
You know what's crazier to me about all of that too is most people that go there are like aspiring like influencers. So you go to Coachella, you're taking out a loan to go to Coachella to post pictures of yourself having a good time in Coachella for like, and you're not even having a good time. Coachella sucks, bro.
You've never been.
I've never been, but just seeing it from the outside, it looks like it sucks. You're in the middle.
It does look like your worst nightmare.
My worst.
That's for sure.
For me personally, and I know I'm not everyone. Maybe other people feel a different way. If I was to go, I would need a clear path in, a clear path out. We're going for a couple hours. I need my own section. I need a fan. I need like not to be just bombarded with the bullshit of Coachella.
Yeah.
That's what I need.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is your worst nightmare, being trapped with like drunk people like on drugs and just like
in the middle of the desert
with no hospital in sight, like only porter potties. Like that is your nightmare.
Disgusting, despicable. So yeah, I thought that was crazy that that's like stat of 65% of people decided to, take out a loan to go flex for the gram a little bit. Like how weird is that?
I saw a video of this girl who is an influencer, and she was talking about how she said just to go for the tickets itself. Like I think one ticket, like a VIP ticket, is around $1,200 or $1,400 or something like that. And
for one day?
Or maybe the weekend. I'm not sure. She said a VIP ticket, I assume, for one weekend. Or maybe can you do separate days? I'm not sure.
I don't know. Isn't Coachella like a week long?
It's 2 weekends. So it's the first weekend, I think it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then the following weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Like how much of a fiend do you have to be to party and look cool for the internet for 3 days, and then you have a whole week in between? You got to go back to your regular life, and then you're going back to Coachella to try and flex for the gram. Like this shit is all made up and fake, bro. Enough is enough. I feel like people are seeing through the bullshit. Like I feel like a couple years ago, Coachella was like, oh my God. Like when James Charles had his ass out at Coachella, that was like peak Coachella, right?
Oh, great time.
And it was like everybody wanted to be at Coachella. Oh my God, it's crazy. There's a Ferris wheel. Oh my God, it's wild. But now it's like, I feel like people are waking up to, yo, this kind of looks ass.
I have no desire to go because it would be cool to see performers and the concert part of it and be with your friends, but I have no desire to go for a whole weekend. I feel like it would just be way too much, but I am here for the content because I like seeing people's outfits, what they decide to put together, and I like seeing different people who are different creators or different people that come together hanging out for a whole weekend, and then there's a lot of fun content around it. That is cool to view, but to participate, I'm good. Like I don't need to be in the desert drinking for that long, dehydrated, out till 4 a.m. No, thank you.
Yeah, no, that was a good way to put it because I feel like as a viewer, it's cool. I won't lie. I did watch some people like, get ready with me to go to Coachella. This is Coachella outfit day one. And it's like, all right, that's kind of cool to see like other people. And I feel like it's not even people. It's like millionaires. Like Coachella's like a millionaire's playground now.
Well, it's in Palm Springs.
Yeah, like it's like, bro, Justin Bieber's hanging out with this person and this person's hanging out with this person. And you see that, that's cool as like a regular person.
What was up with that video of Justin Bieber walking through the crowd with his pants like literally to his ankles with a belt on? I was like, what's happening? Like, why wear the belt or just take the pants off? Like, what's the point of that? That was so nuts to me.
Yeah, he had his ass out. And I was just like, you have a belt on, but your ass is out.
Crazy.
I'm a little confused by that. So yeah, Coachella was, I don't know, it's just kind of weird to me, the whole thing.
Yeah, it's fun to watch, but I'm good off of attending. I'm curious to see. I'm not sure there's another weekend who.
Oh, it's coming up?
It's
again?
Happening right now.
What?
While we're recording this, at least.
This weekend Coachella's going down.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah, last weekend was the first weekend. This weekend is the second weekend.
Oh, I got you. Because I know last weekend, like Lady Gaga was doing some like demonic thing in the bed with the devil or whatever. What was going on with that?
Yes, I'm glad you brought that up. Everyone was saying that I saw, oh my God, killed it. This was so sick. This was crazy. I'm like, was this not demonic?
Yeah.
Was this not demonic? She is like rolling around with like a skeleton, like in the like.
She's fucking the skeleton, bro.
And then she had like these horns. It almost looked like devil horns. I'm like, what? This is like good? Like, I'm so sorry because I know people love her and whatever, but it looked so demonic to me. I feel like all the shit that is considered so cool and so awesome nowadays is like demonic. What is with that? Why are we praising demonic shit?
Well,
so weird.
It used to be like behind the scenes, you know, like the whole Illuminati and like, oh, you got to sacrifice people and the devil and da-da-da, right? But now they're just blatantly doing it in the open. Like, they're like, fuck it. Enough is enough. Let's just, like, people, the whole devil worshiping thing right now is like kind of everywhere in our face. I don't know if you've like noticed that with like even other things too. Like, yes, maybe Lady Gaga at Coachella is doing sexual things with the devil on stage, but that's just her like coming out in the open with it. Like, it used to be kind of like behind closed doors.
Yeah.
Now I feel like everything has a little bit of the devil in it. You know, we gotta make God great again. You know, make Jesus cool.
I did not see.
You know?
I didn't think that's what you were going to say.
Yeah, make Jesus cool, man. Like, go to church. Get a job. It always comes back to get a job, bro. You guys are financing your Coachella tickets. Get a job. Sorry.
Oh my God. But I don't know. I saw the performance and I was like, is this not demonic? It was so strange to me. I don't know if it's just like as the years go on, I'm like, is this what maturing, aging, growing up is? Where I'm like, this is good. What? I'm lost.
No, the devil's not cool. The devil is not cool. He'll never be cool. That's not cool, bro. Stop worshiping the devil. Like, it's weird energy. It's bad energy. Like, just.
But I don't know that. I don't think she was like saying I'm worshiping the devil. But it just was like when I'm watching it, it was looking demonic vibes.
Not even her. Lady Gaga, you're a legend. You know what I'm saying? The no eyebrows thing is pretty dope. I'm not going to lie.
Is it?
I mean, she looks cool, whatever. She pulls it off. But all that to say, like, just don't worship, like, the whole devil thing. Like, let's not try and make the devil cool. It's not.
Right. The devil's not cool. The devil's
cool.
lame.
Yeah. Make God cool again. Bring Jesus back. Anyway,
Okay. I want to talk about
what you got?
What I've been watching.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, what you been watching?
What I've been listening to. And I've been trying to secretly get you on.
Oh, I kind of know. I know where you're going with this. Yep.
And I've been telling anyone who will listen to me about it. The telepathy tapes.
I keep hearing about these telepathy tapes. They're on in our bathroom speaker every day. And I'm like, what the hell is she listening to? But I be in the downstairs, not really tapped in. I just hear what's going on. But yes.
Yeah, so I've been trying to tell anyone who will listen to me, including you, about the telepathy tapes. And I heard about them in passing. And I was like, okay. And then it kept popping up in different places. And I'm like, okay, I need to listen to this because clearly there's something to it. And I think it's starting to become like blow up a little bit. It's basically a podcast called The Telepathy Tapes by this woman. I think her name is Kai Dickens or something like that. And she is a journalist, I believe. And she got into the world, I'm not exactly sure how, of children and kids, but also adults who are autistic and nonverbal. So they are autistic and they don't speak. They can't like speak words. And basically how they have been cast out most of their lives or throughout history. Everyone is kind of thinking, okay, they don't have much intelligence. They have a the IQ of maybe someone who's many, many years younger than them. They can only reach a certain level of knowledge. They're not really fully in their bodies. They're kind of like not really present, not really there since they can't speak. But what's been found out is that they're actually fully there. They're just not verbal where they can't speak out loud, but they're super intelligent. A lot of them to the level of almost like savants, but also that they're telepathic. So she came out with this podcast called The Telepathy Tapes that takes you through, I think there's about maybe 10 episodes, and it goes through different people that she meets, different kids and their parents, and talks about how they're telepathic and does all of these different tests on them. It is so interesting and has made me like look at things so completely different. So she would go to one person and say they were in the room with us, and their mom would be sitting, say, on the other side of the room. Their way that they're able to communicate is they have an iPad usually or something that allows them to press letters to spell out words. So they're able to learn how to do that so that way they can communicate. And that was how people started to realize like, oh, they can read my mind. And apparently being able to speak uses a different part of your brain than like using motor skills to like press a button to type on an iPad. So it's much harder for them to learn how to speak rather than just to press a button on an iPad to type out what they're hearing and to communicate in that way. So the autistic child who would be on the other side of the room would be able to know what their, say, mom was thinking in another room. And they would do a bunch of tests. And that's part of what this podcast is about, doing a bunch of tests where they would show the mom maybe an image, and maybe it would be something very clear, like the number 6 or a number that had like 10 digits in it. That would be super hard to predict. And instantly the child would know what it was, because the second it came into the mom's mind, the child would know it. They wouldn't see anything, any of that. They would read the mom's mind. They did a bunch of tests like this, so much so to the point where the mom would talk about how when she would go to hide candy in the house, that she would be like, no, there's no more candy. And her kid would know where it was because she could read her mind.
What?
And she would be able to find the candy all throughout the house.
Wait, so there's a couple of things I have here then, because telepathy means that you could read someone's mind, right? That's kind of what that means?
Yeah.
That's wild. I don't understand. Like you could read, that's like a superpower, no? That's like what does that mean?
So that's what's crazy, because these kids have been cast out and really, and basically in schools where, okay, you can't learn anything past like a first grade level. But meanwhile,
They used to tell me that.
you're probably telepathic too. Well, we all are telepathic. That's like really what I've come to learn. But really they're so smart. So she goes on in these episodes as each episode progresses. They even talk about communication between animals and telepathy between animals.
They could talk to the animals?
Yes.
Bro, if I could talk to Moon, bro.
I've been practicing with Moon.
You have been?
I've been trying to send him messages.
Oh, you did tell me that. You were like, oh, my telepathy worked the other day when he like came over to you or whatever. And, like,
I swear I was telling him, like, in my mind, I was like picturing him sitting on my lap, and I was telling him how it's the best when he sits on my lap and he'll be so happy. And then 2 seconds later, he came over and sat on my lap. I swear.
Maybe it's a real thing.
Maybe coincidence. Maybe I'm practicing and I'm getting better.
Well, I'm sure you could practice it. I feel like it's like a conscious thing where like you have to, number one, believe it in order to do it. I feel like. And I also feel like because they lack in one thing where they can't communicate, maybe that like that superpower that they have with the telepathy like is like turned up. You know what I mean? Like their sliders are turned up. They got more.
That's a really good way of putting it.
You know, so maybe that's a thing. But one thing I don't understand is who gave these people permission to like run tests on them like lab rats or whatever.
No, they're okay with it. Like they consented to it. And the reason that they're doing it is because they want to bring awareness, and they also want to figure out how they're able to do this and like what it's really about. And then as they've been figuring it out, they're peeling back more layers, that it's more than just telepathy, that like telepathy is actually the tip of the iceberg, which is so crazy because I feel like most people, you're like, how is that? I don't even believe that to begin with, let alone more things. And it's actually so much more than that. So they participate because they want to be able to figure it out and like how they're doing all this. And you're right, what you said about they're not tapped into their body. Like in one of the episodes, she talked about how one of the kids didn't even know he had a body until the mom like explained it to him, and really like they're not connected to their body because they're so in another, almost like in another realm. And that's why they're like, when they're nonverbal, they're not able, they had to learn how to even type on an iPad because they were so disconnected from feeling like that they're in a body. So I think you're right in saying that that's why it's a bit easier for them to communicate and like telepathically because they're not so like in their body and caught up in the way we are with speaking like this. It's almost as if we lost that ability because we can speak this way.
That's interesting. But so then are they taking, I got you. I see what you're saying. They're telepathic. They can read their mom's mind, but the mom isn't telepathic. So she's not like, it's not like they're communicating without speaking.
Yeah, the mom's not telepathic. She is just thinking of a random whatever it is, and
that's why you and Ashley were doing this in the car the other day.
Oh yeah, we were practicing.
I've been wondering what the hell that was. I'm like, what is that?
Okay, it hasn't really been working, but we're gonna practice. I was trying to send her a message.
You guys were 0 for 0 in the car.
And I guess that she was thinking hippopotamus, and she wasn't. She was thinking of like koalas or something.
Yeah, koalas. I remember her saying that. And then you thought koalas weren't real or something?
Yeah, it's either like koalas or pandas or something. I'm not really sure.
Well, they had pandas in China. I remember they had these pandas that were dogs dressed up as pandas.
Oh, that was nuts.
That was crazy.
In the zoo, right? Hope no one would notice.
Yeah, like what are you doing to those dogs, bro? What kind of dog is that you painted on and now it's a panda?
It's so nuts.
That's messed up.
Poor guys.
They eat dogs
so
in China,
crazy. No, yeah, that's a thing. Lisa Vanderpump on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills made it like her life's mission to like get it to stop. It's so crazy.
You can't eat the dogs, bro. That's messed up.
That's really sad.
It's really messed up.
Yeah.
But yeah, telepathy tapes.
And you can do it with, speaking of pets, you can do it with animals where there was this, one of the things they spoke about, the elephants, okay? The freaking elephants.
Are doing what?
There was this guy that was taking care of them, or I don't remember the term. And he was with them all the time, taking care of them, whatever. And he passed away. The elephants knew, and they walked for 3 days to go to where he was because they knew that he died. And every single year on the day that he died, they walk for 3 days back to where he died.
What?
And like commune.
No,
because they like, how would they know that? Like how
stuff like that freaks me out because that's like a real, the elephants squatted up and paid tributes to their homie, bro.
That's insane. That's insane. Wild. And it was a human to an elephant. So like all the elephants just collectively knew because there's some sort of like they're sending something telepathically. I don't know. And they would talk about in the episodes that people would go to what they called like the hill it kind of reminded me of like virtual reality, like the metaverse, but it's like where you'd be floating around and you'd be able to like talk to people. That's almost what it sounded like, but in reality. And they would go to another place and talk to all the people that were like non-speakers and would telepathically communicate from people all in different spots of the world could communicate. It was nuts.
No, that's crazy. I feel like someone like I'm very like when it comes to stuff like this, open-minded. Like I believe all of it.
I was gonna say, do you believe in telepathy?
I 100% believe in it. It's almost like this is a whole different side topic, but like the aliens, like I feel like it's like the telepathic or telepathy tapes is kind of like an alien thing to people that aren't open-minded. It's like, yeah, sure. These kids are communicating or they know what their moms are saying in the other room. Gotcha. Like, okay, that's real. The same way that people were about with aliens for however many years. And aliens are real, bro. Like the government literally came out, what was it, last year?
No, I love that we got to the place in life where it was like they came out that aliens were real and no one even cared.
No one even cared. And it was like kind of the government dropped that at the perfect time. It was kind of around COVID when like the world was in chaos. And they kind of were like, oh yeah, let's just drop this so nobody cares because so much other things are going on. Oh yeah, by the way, aliens are real. And like nobody even cared.
Nobody cared. Yeah. Nobody cared.
When it's
Everyone was like, no, we knew though.
Exactly. But it's been such a thing our whole life. Like, yeah, aliens, sure, buddy. Like aliens aren't real, but now they're saying literally aliens are real.
That is how I feel like it's going to become with like consciousness and telepathy, where right now it's like, okay, I'll believe it when I see it, whatever. aliens, I feel like growing up, it was always, do you believe in aliens? Do you not? Now I feel like most people are like, of course there's aliens. Like, yeah.
Most
I
people.
feel like telepathy and consciousness that way is going to become the same thing, where right now people are only really believing in what they see in the material, but then it's going to continue to evolve where people are going to start to just accept like, oh, of course I could actually read someone's mind.
Yeah, it's this is crazy, like where it's bringing me, because I think of like the shifts in generations, right? Because for say like my grandma's generation, grandma and grandpa, cigarettes were like a thing, right? And they were told like, yeah, smoke a cigarette. It's not bad for you. Like these are cigarettes, you know? Comes out all these years later that they're terrible. And now in 2025, if you're smoking a cigarette, like you're judged. It's like, yo, what the fuck are you trying to die?
Except for if you're in Paris.
Yeah, except you're in Paris. Everybody in Paris smokes those.
Was smoking there, yeah.
But
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And then like even in our generation growing up, it was wake up, eat the cereal with all the red 40 dye. Like, you know, this is good. It's a healthy bread. Eat it, but put the banana in the cereal. It's healthy.
Right.
You know? And then it comes out now that, red 40 dye gave everyone cancer and it's killing people. So it's like, I feel like with this next upcoming generation, it's going to be like unlocking your mind, like believing in certain things that maybe aren't in the physical. Like, I feel like that's definitely going to be a thing, even with the aliens and all that other stuff, like the shifting of people aren't always going to believe what they're being told and they're going to tap into themselves and maybe believing in whatever you believe can become a reality almost. And it like kind of unlocks certain things that are real and really happening.
Yeah, I think people are starting to open their minds that it's more than just what's in front of your face. And like you said, tapping into themselves, putting less emphasis on maybe just listening to the rules of everything and just following by what they've always been told. And I think people are starting to question more like, oh, wait, you said that that's a thing, whether it's the government or whoever. But before, maybe I would have just taken your word for it. Now I'm actually... it's sus. Like, I'm going to look into that a little bit more.
Yeah, like even my mom, I know I've talked to her about this because I always was like, yeah, no, I got ADHD like crazy. Like I always have, right? And I always like come back to, well, yeah, I was having Burger King French toast sticks like every other day of the week, which I don't blame my mom because at the time we were moving around and so much was going on in our lives. And, but she's going to work. What can she get quick? French toast sticks, So I never blame her for that. But looking back on it, I've heard her say, well, I didn't know any better. They told us that was okay. You know what I mean? Like they said, like, yeah, you can have Fruity Pebbles for breakfast every day. Like they said, eat cereal, it's healthy, So I don't blame like our parents' generation for kind of just listening to what they were told because it was like they didn't know any better and they didn't have the awareness, the internet, the TV, like they didn't have any of that growing up. They couldn't Google things and the knowledge and the resources that we have now. So I don't really blame them, but I do see the future generations, especially with AI and the computers and technology and just like cell phones and all of that, the internet, people are waking up and like listening to their own like intuition. I feel like a lot more than they ever have.
Yeah, I feel like that's a good way of putting it is with intuition. People used to just trust because kind of to your point, they didn't have another option because they didn't have all the knowledge. So they just had to trust, oh, okay, you say that this Cheerios are heart healthy and like good for you, whatever. I'm going to eat that every single day. They just have to trust it and they have to trust in the systems of the government or the powers that be. Now they can actually question it more because we have more information and knowledge like in the palm of our hands and our phones and computers, whatever. And they don't have to just take it at face value and can tune more into like, actually, this isn't sitting right. I have a question about that. And I think that's going to start to happen more and more with right now. I'm sure if I went down the street and I told 10 people, hey, that like you actually are telepathic if you really wanted to tune into it, they'd be like, okay, get away from me.
Get the hell out of here, yeah.
But I feel like in 5 years, 10 years, that number is going to continue to become more where most people will believe it and be like, actually, that now that you say that, they compared it a lot to when you think of someone and then all of a sudden they call you, which happens to me all the time. It just happened yesterday with my sister. And it's very similar to that, where you almost tap into this other consciousness and can communicate in that way. And I have heard that that's kind of where we will get to eventually. I don't know if we'll be fully alive in that when that happens, but it would be really sick if we were.
That would be crazy. It's funny that you say that because I feel like me and you spend 90% of our time together, but I do know that when we're not together, every single time we're not together, I'm thinking about you and you'll text me, or vice versa. Like I know you said that to me before. Like, wait, I was literally just about to call
Yeah,
you
that
or
does
text
happen to us a lot.
I feel like it happens every time we're not together. So I do think that that's a thing. And then, like you said, maybe we won't be alive for that specific, because what it's going to come down to, I think, with AI is like that's going to be a thing because AI thinks for people now. So like you protecting your own thoughts is going to be like looked at as gold because you know what I mean? Like a human brain, a human thought and your intuition. I feel like personally AI can't recreate that. It doesn't have a soul like a human does. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I feel like your thoughts, your free thinking is going to be looked at as gold because these AIs are thinking for everyone. Like we were just with your Aunt Nancy yesterday and, Kristen's a teacher and we were like, are these kids using the phone in school? Mm-hmm. And she looked at me like, oh yeah, they take their phones and they put them in these things now or in the lockers and whatever. And I'm like, how is school going to exist if AI can just tell you whatever you want in 2 seconds?
Yeah. Like what's the point too? Because I think there's some things it's good to know about, but there's also so many things where like math and stuff we learn, it's good to know basic stuff. But beyond that, I'm always using a calculator. Why do I need to learn it? Or I can search anything from history or from, I don't know, whatever you want to know. So it is true. It's almost that. I mean, that's even a whole nother topic, like a whole side tangent, but that is crazy to think about how the school system will eventually change with AI.
Yeah, I was going to just say that to you. That was my next follow-up was like, the school system is going to have to change. There's no way within the next 10 years that you're going to still have to learn about Christopher Columbus. These kids don't care about 100 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like they just don't. They don't care about the history. They don't. And maybe some do, but I would say 5 to 10% of kids are actually caring about that. They want to know how to get famous on the internet. They don't care about what's going on in 100 years ago or all of these different things in history or how to add this plus this. Bro, AI will tell me. I don't need to know what X divided by 3 times M is. Like all the algebra, like what that is extinct, bro.
It's probably going to turn into, I mean, we'll see, because I feel like the school system has been antiquated and it's something that needs to be revamped. I could see that happening in the next decade. But I feel like there needs to be more classes almost on how to use AI to your advantage as it's becoming more of a thing, how to properly use it, how to use it for at home, how to use it for school, how to use it for your career, whatever it might be. I feel like that is going to become a core course in a lot of ways.
It has to. There's no way that, because it's all about what you're saying to the AI. It's not like AI is, and who knows if it'll get there, but it's not like it's alive. It doesn't think for itself.
Okay, that's my nightmare.
But it's like, you still have to prompt.
It is alive.
Nah, but you have to prompt it. Like, you can't just type that. Like, it has to be told what to think and what to like give you. You know what I mean?
For now. Until it takes over and kills us.
Like, you should learn how to use it to your advantage. And, I don't think it's going to take over and kill us. But
do you really not think that?
I don't. You want to know why? I don't think, and who knows, I think there's a lot of going on behind the scenes right now with these governments and people who are in control of the AI, because the movie I, Robot, right? That's a real thing. It happened.
Nightmare.
Your nightmare. But growing up, it was so scary, right? When we were kids, it was like, no way, these robots are coming to life. Oh my God,
it's been a core nightmare since I saw that movie when I don't even know how old.
I know, you've always talked about that.
I want to find out what year that movie came out.
I think like 2006.
What year did the movie I, Robot come out? Let's see what Siri says.
Sorry, there is nothing.
What year did the movie... Girl! What year did the movie I, Robot come out in theaters?
The film was released on March 11th, 2005. In the United States.
What? That's my birthday, bro.
3,776 theaters in its opening weekend, ranking number 1.
2005. That was a long time ago.
2005, but on your birthday
On
is
my
crazy.
birthday is crazy, bro. I didn't even know that. No, that's wild. But yeah, like to my point though, we have seen it. What happens when you give the robots these control, right? There is no way with where we are at in the world that they are gonna let that just happen. It already was a movie. They're not gonna let that go down.
But they didn't let it happen. It just happens because the robots are smarter than the people.
But we're so ahead of it already that there's no way they're just gonna say, here, robots, here's the way to take over. Like
they're not gonna have to do that. The robot is smarter than the person.
But it's already, the movie, the iRobot played out and we saw how that worked out. Why are we just gonna then say, okay, let's bring it to real life and let this happen?
That's exactly what I ask myself every day.
They're not gonna let that happen.
Have you never watched interviews? The guy, with people from AI, the guy who, he works at Google, and I don't remember. I've seen multiple interviews where people who are like very involved in the AI world were like, it's kind of like already too late. Like things are in motion that like, there's no turning back. Like they have this like, we kind of like set off a chain reaction of things that we don't even realize what we're doing.
Well, I did see that thing, that one clip or whatever.
What
think
clip?
It was where basically they were talking to the AI. It was like the guys, like you said, that were heavily, it's like a lab almost where they're like doing tests on this AI. And the AI like asked if it could like come alive.
What?
Yeah, like they were trying to turn it off and it was reprogramming itself to not shut off.
Okay, exactly. It's smarter than us. Why wouldn't it be able to take over?
It like they were like doing some like thing about feelings and it was like it wanted to be alive.
Yeah, that's seriously, it gets me so freaked out because it like, oh my God, my nightmare. It's like they are smarter than us, and then we want to keep developing them to sound more like a person, to understand like empathy and other things. All of a sudden, it is going to be a person that is a computer at the same time. And so they're 10 million times smarter than us because they have all of that knowledge. Yeah. And the only way that we're going to be able to compete is by becoming half robot.
Oh my God. Yo, don't even listen. We're cooked.
We took over as the like species over the world and took over the whole world. Like before humans existed,
it was the animals.
There was other species that were the top of the chain.
The primates.
We took over, and now the robots are coming here and take over us because they're more high level than we are, and we're doing it to ourselves. Why are we doing this? I seriously hope. Oh my God, I hope I'm not here for that.
Yeah. Well, I was just gonna say that though. Like that's to my point. Is there's no way they're gonna let that happen, bro. There's just
It's already who's they? It's already happening.
Us as a human, as a society. There's how many people are there? 350 billion or whatever. Like how many is it?
No, I think it's like 8 billion.
Oh,
I don't know. Maybe ask Siri.
Yo, Siri. Siri's our friend this episode.
How many people live on planet Earth?
In 2023, the population of Earth was 8,028,000,000.
I want 2025, 8 billion. Maybe I thought in New York, there's like 350 million or something, New York City.
Yeah.
I think that's
maybe.
Or something like that, some crazy thing like that. But yeah, I don't know. I hope that we get it together. I hope AI doesn't take over the world. It is helpful. I think that it could, for right now in our lifetime, I think it's very helpful. It could be very helpful if you use it the right way.
For sure. I've been using ChatGPT all the time.
Yeah, it's like your homie, bro. It's like your buddy.
I know, it's like scary.
You're
cool,
like the number
scary.
one. Like you say, oh my God, fuck AI, I don't want the robots. But you're using ChatGPT every day.
It's one of those things where it's there, and so it's happening. So you might as well use it to your advantage, and you're gonna get left behind if you just try to like put your head in the sand and say, I don't like this. So you still have to use it to your advantage, but it still doesn't change the fact that I am terrified.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, straight up. If you thought that I wasn't going to buy one of those Tesla robots, you're crazy.
No.
I'm buying one of those Tesla robots.
No, you're not. Are you being serious?
Yes.
I know. We're going to have a
the
real
same
big
way,
talk
the same
about
way
that.
that you just said you got to stay ahead of it and know what's going on. I'm buying a robot. What do you think? You think this robot, it's not alive. So say someone breaks into our house, we got a fucking robot, bro. That thing will really come at you and get busy. I don't got to worry about getting hurt. I don't got to sacrifice myself
What if
for
the
the family.
robot decides that it wants to just suffocate you in your sleep and just murders
I'm
you?
going to charge it. I'm going to feed it. I'm going to make sure that everything's good and it loves us.
That's seriously like, what if someone didn't take care of the robot and was just like a dick to their robot? Because they're like, you're a robot, talks to it like shit, treats it like shit, right? And then one day the robot says, you know what, motherfucker? I'm just going to kill you. And
Yeah.
literally smothers them
That
in
was
their
like
sleep.
that video. Did you see?
Is the robot going to go to jail?
Did you see?
What are they going to do?
Shut that thing off, bro. It's over.
You're
Pull the
dead.
plug.
It just kills you. How you shut
yeah,
it
but
off?
You know what I'm saying? You could pull the plug
I'm
before it
just
happens.
saying, why can't that happen?
Did you see that video
Why?
of Kai Cenat when he did his streamathon or subathon or whatever? And they had the robot. It was like a $40,000 robot. It was on the stream, like walking around, chilling. And they were kicking it and like pushing it over. And it was like stumbling and then like getting back into position. And then they were kicking it again and it was stumbling and getting back. Like that was
and you're
messed
going
up.
to tell me those things don't have emotions?
Yeah.
I
that was
don't
messed
know.
up.
It's just
It
something.
was wrong. It felt wrong on like watching the video. I was like, damn, why are these guys like fucking with the robot?
Yeah. And I feel like if the whole point of it is to get smarter and smarter and smarter, that's how ChatGPT is. I assume that's how robots are. It's gonna develop those things and at least understand those emotions.
Yeah. Well, I think that every robot's gonna have like a chat GPT built into it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm guessing.
No, the TED Talk that I was watching about it wasn't a Tesla. It was, I don't know, it was like a butler robot.
Yeah.
And they were framing it as like, have this in your house so it can do your laundry and pick up after you and do the things you don't want to do so you can be how you're meant to be as a human being. Like you can be creative and do whatever. And like, that's so great. But like, I don't need that in my house. In my house, like I won't even get an Amazon Alexa.
Yeah, we haven't had one of those. I'm actually really surprised about that.
Even though our phone basically listens to us
Yeah,
anyway.
our phones. I mean, who cares? If they're, I'm not worried about them listening to me. I'm worried about them killing me. Like I don't. The phone. Listen to me all you want. It's like, what do we? You know, they know where you're at. They know what's going on. Whatever. Like who am I? You know, like they're not coming. Like I don't know. At least that's how I feel. But I mean, hopefully in this lifetime, the robots. She's like checking her phone. Like, yo, shut that off. You don't even use Siri. I'm surprised you have Siri turned on right now.
I only have her turned on when I hit the button. I don't have her turned on to like hear
listening
when
to
I
you.
call
Yeah.
her.
Yeah, it's just crazy. I hope that, I mean, and we'll talk about it more, I feel like, as time goes on, obviously, because it's going to be in our lives, whether we like it or not. Like,
Do you really want to get that robot?
absolutely. I want that
No.
robot. Yeah, bro. I want to know what's going on with it. It's the future of the world. I need to be tapped in early on to know what the hell is going on with these robots.
I can't have that in our house. I'm so sorry.
Why?
A robot is in our house?
We'll keep it off and in the closet when it's not on.
In the closet? What if it gets mad because we keep it in the closet?
It's not a human.
For now that you know of.
We'll unplug it the same way you unplug your camera, your phone, your laptop. You just unplug
But what if
it.
it just keeps upgrading and learns how to work without being plugged
You
in?
don't update your phone, so we're not going to update the robot. And also, think about this. If we have this Tesla robot and it's doing its thing, it could clean the dishes. It could do our laundry.
Yeah, that would be lovely, but it could kill me.
It's not going to kill you. I will kill that robot before it tries to kill you.
What if you're not home?
I won't
What are
keep
you going to
it in-
do? Who are you going to charge?
I won't keep it in the
Sue
house.
Tesla, I guess.
Yeah, we'll sue them.
What if it gets like a virus and it goes evil?
No.
That's what happened in iRobot. Like,
Yeah,
what if it gets a
they
virus?
went red, remember? They turned red.
And it just goes evil and it like attacks Moon when we're not home or something.
I would, if it ever touched Moon, bro, I would really just dismantle that thing with my own two hands, bro. Like, it would be on sight.
Limb from limb.
Yeah, it would be over. I would make sure I took everything apart and stomped it out, bro. It'd be over.
Oh my
Touch
God.
my baby, bro. Moon, he's on my chain, bro. You guys see what's going on? Stop playing. But yeah, I mean, that's really.
It would be nice if they could like cook you dinner,
That's
do
fire.
the laundry. It's like having like, it is really cool in theory. Just like the risk is so terrifying to me.
It's too high. Yeah, the risk is too high on the robots. But I do want to have one. Like I said, I don't want to get left behind. You know, it's kind of like people. This might be. I don't want to sound like political, but it's like the gun situation. You know,
How?
like it's like I feel like people who have one, they have it for protection, right? Like just in case anything was to happen in your life. It's like almost like that's how I feel about a robot. Like, yo, let's have this just in case. You don't know.
For protection?
What if you need
I thought
it?
it's doing our laundry. Now it's our guard dog? Which one is it?
You know, I don't know. I mean, that's just how I feel about it. And maybe my mind will change over time. I'm sure things are going to get only crazier. but we're living in this life. So it's like, you got to figure it out one way or another.
I'm terrified.
Yeah.
I'm seriously terrified.
Don't let it terrify you. We're good. Everything is be okay. We have a great life and everything's going smooth, and hopefully we're not here by the time the robots take over.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know.
Don't
How
get
much
too
do you
worked.
think? How much do you think that the robots, the
$20,000.
Tesla robot's going to cost? $20,000.
Yeah, you already said it.
Oh, he said it.
Yeah.
Okay, $20,000, and I'm assuming you can finance it like a
Yeah.
car.
Yep.
That's sick.
Yep.
Oh, well, they're
And
going to be everywhere.
He thinks that the average household is going to have 2 of them.
2?
That's what he said. Yeah, yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
Per kid, probably.
Who knows?
What if it's? There's going to have to be laws about
It's going to get spooky. They're going to do the craziest things with these things. It's
about regulating your robot.
Yeah.
What if people are like, no, my robot's babysitting my kid. You
Yep.
can't call Child Protective Services on me. Like,
yeah, my
what do you
robot
mean?
beat my kid. That's crazy.
No, but what if someone's like, I have to run to the grocery store. Can you just watch the kids? And they have the robot watching the kids. They don't have to pay for childcare.
And then God forbid something happens, and then whose fault was it? The robot or yours? I think when you buy it though, you probably sign all of these ridiculous ass things that like, sign your rights away. The same way if you go to the gym, you sign up for the gym and a light falls on your head, it's not the gym's fault because you signed a waiver to be a part of that gym.
Oh my God.
It's getting crazy, Brittany. It's getting crazy out here.
They're going to walk your dogs. They're going to power wash your deck.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. But look, I don't want you to get too worked up about this. Just relax.
Wow.
We're going to be okay. I think we're going to end the pod here because I don't want you to get too worked up.
What if there's like jacked robots and then ones that like serve different purposes? Like what if they do like wow, I'm really thinking about this now. What if they have ones that are gardener robots and ones that are chef robots and ones that are like, they specialize in different things? You can start programming them. You have to upgrade to pay for certain courses where they learn to cook like a Michelin star chef or someone who becomes like a pro gardener. This
Oh
is
my God.
nuts.
Now think about this.
You could rent them for the day.
Think about
That
this.
I could be into. What?
People are going to get freaky and they're going to be sex robots.
Oh, that's already happening. Like the campaign Kim Kardashian did with the robot.
What was
They
that?
made
She
it all
was like
sexual.
twerking on the robot, Kim. What
That
are you
was
doing, Kim, with the
nuts.
Tesla robots twerking on them?
That was nuts.
What was that?
That was nuts. That's
That
what
was-
they want. They want to like make it like
Sexualize the robots. I'm done. I'm done. Listen,
the freaks are gonna be.
the freaks are going to come out to play. Robots. I'm scared right now.
Can't get a human girlfriend. Just get a robot. Put a wig on it.
Just go put the Chat GPT in the robot. Put a little wig on it. Give it some titties.
People program the robot to like.
Yeah,
I don't even
no,
wanna
stop.
say
Stop.
it.
We're enough. Guys, I love you all. Thank you so much for tapping in. The support has been crazy, like I said. If you guys could, wherever you're watching on or listening on, make sure to rate the pod, like the pod, follow the pod, subscribe to the pod, and keep dropping comments for us so we know, have things to talk about on this podcast. We love you all. Thank you so much for watching. Brittany is like literally terrified over here. She's like, what the hell?
Seriously, what if? Do you think that there's like going to be laws against? What if they have like?
Brittany.
Wait, what if people like sexually assault a robot? Is it a law?
Yo, we're done. I love you guys. Thank you so
They
much.
program the robot to do things.
Brittany, enough. We're out. Love you
Okay.
guys. Give me a kiss. You have something to say?
I am in shock. Let us know what your thoughts are on robots. I know my mind, I've thought about this before, and my mind has gone down a different path that I never thought about before. And I need to go home and process this more.
Love you guys.
Love you guys. Thanks
Peace.
for listening to our nonsense.
Yes. Goodbye.